Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess and I love doing DIY, making clothes in a simply but pretty way. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I make my baby doll dress for this season. This dress has a long and a little puffy sleeve with a big square collar and front button. It also has two side pockets. I make it out of corduroy fabric to make it warm for fall and winter season, but you also can make it with other types of fabric like cotton, linen, or mixed fabric. I was trying to keep it simple and beginner friendly, so I hope you will like it and try it out. And let's get started. The first step is making the pattern for the dress. To make the back padded pattern, I draw a straight line and a horizontal line cutting each other first. After that, I draw another straight line at 2 cm next to the first one. From the cutting point between the new straight line and the horizontal line, I mark up 9 cm, which is a half of the next side I want. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The width of this line will be 3 cm, which is the dip of the neck at the back bodice. Then I keep drawing another straight line from the end of the perpendicular line to cut the horizontal line. After that, I connect this cutting point to the first mark on the second straight line to create a slanted line. I mark in the middle of this slanted line first, then connect it to the end of the perpendicular line. I keep marking in the middle of the new slanted line before connecting it to the other end of the perpendicular line and the cutting point on the horizontal line. Based on it, I draw a curved line to finish the neckline of the back bodice. From the end of the second straight line, I mark up at 17 cm, which is a half of my shoulder side. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The width of this line will be 2.9 cm, which is 1/10 my shoulder side minus a half centimeter. After that, I connect the end of the perpendicular line to the end of the neckline to create a shoulder line for the back bodice. From the second straight line, I draw another one at 24 cm away from it. It's a quarter of my bust side plus 4 cm. This will be the bust line of the back bodice. From the cutting point between this line and the horizontal line, I mark up 22 cm, which is a quarter of my bust side plus 2 cm. Then I continue the perpendicular line from the shoulder to cut the bust line at one point. From the cutting point, I mark the inside 1.5 cm, then connect it to the end of the shoulder line. After that, I mark in the middle of this new line before connecting it to the mask on the bust line that I made at the beginning. I keep marking in the middle of this line before connecting it to the mask on the bust line. Keep doing the same to create a curved line, which is also the sleeve line of the back bodice. I move down the shoulder line of the front bodice by drawing a new line that is parallel with the shoulder line at 2.9 cm below it. From the first straight line, I mark on the horizontal line 10 cm, which is the dip of the front neck that I want. Then drawing a curved line to connect this mark to the end of the new shoulder line to create a front neckline for the bodice. From the cutting point between the perpendicular line at the bust line, I mark inside 2.5 cm instead of 1.5 cm that I did at the back bodice. Then doing the rest in the similar way to create a sleeve line for the front bodice. Buttonhole area. I draw a new horizontal line at 6 cm outside the current one. 6 cm is 1.5 times the width of the button area that I want. Shoulder line, I mark at 1 cm outside the current one, so the color will be a bit over the top of the sleeve. Then drawing a perpendicular line with the ending line of the front color and the width of the sleeve line at the front and the back bodice first. After that, I draw a straight line and a horizontal line cutting each other. From the cutting point, I mark at 13 cm on the horizontal line. It's 1/5 my bust size minus 3 cm. Then I measure and draw a slanted line from this mark and will cut the straight line. After that, I divide this slanted line into 3 equal parts. At the middle of the first 2 parts, I draw a perpendicular line with 2 cm width outside the slanted line. At the third part of the slanted line, I mark in the middle first, then drawing a perpendicular line with a half centimeter width inside the slanted line. After on, I draw a curved line to go through all the marks to create a sleeve line for the sleeve pattern. From the top of the sleeve, I mark at 60 cm on the horizontal line. It's the length from the shoulder to the wrist. It's also the length of the sleeve that I want. Then drawing a straight line from that mark. After that, I mark up 16 cm from this new line. It's the width of my wrist. Then connect that mark to the end of the sleeve line to create the underarmpit line for the sleeve pattern. Add in 1 cm for seam allowance before cutting, except the horizontal line, as we will cut this pattern in full fabric there. And here's the sleeve pattern after cutting. Moving to the skirt pattern, you will need to cut 2 rectangles. After that, I draw a line at 10 cm above the ending line. It will be the position for the elastic band I will add there later. Then I cut a long fabric line with 3 cm width, which is 3 times the width of the elastic band I will use. I add the fabric to the line I drew before that and make the first seam at one side of the fabric. Putting the elastic band through the fabric hole, I sew 2 ends of the elastic band to 2 ends of the fabric hole to permanent it there. Then I connect two under armpit lines of the sleeve. Front neck, I fold the fabric inside around 1 centimeter first, then keep folding it to the right side of the front bodice again to create a button in the buttonhole area. That's why make sure the width of them will be 4 cm, which is the width of the button in the buttonhole area that you want. I cut a long fabric line with 2.5 cm width and longer length than the neckline. I connect one side of this fabric line along the neckline and on top of the collar. So the collar will be in the middle between this fabric line and the bodice. Then after that, I fold the other side of the fabric line inside around 1 cm first, then keep folding it again over the first seam and make the second seam to hide on the end fabric inside. I also do it in a similar way at the button in the buttonhole area.